How's it going, everybody? I am Jason of JasonsRealm here today, bringing you live play-by-play coverage and reactions to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. USA taking on Belgium, boys. Here we go, Team USA trying to make it to the round of 8, the quarterfinals here against Belgium. The winner will go on to face the Spanish team, as they ended up ending Ronaldo's career, at least in the FIFA World Cup, earlier today with a big win over Portugal. But we'll be here bringing you live coverage, live reactions, and live play-by-play throughout the game today. The U.S. again seeking to get back. Let me just see here. Let me look up something real quick. Let's see. Looking at the U.S. World Cup finishes by year for the World Cup for the men's. Oh, man. The last time they made it past the round of 16 was 2002 when they made the quarterfinals against Germany, but ended up losing. And before that, the only other time they made it past the round of 16 was in 1930, going to the semis where they've lost 6-1 to Argentina. That is their best finish. But apart from that, they did not qualify for a lot of their history. They're trying to make a splash while they're here in their home country. This one going to be played in Seattle, Washington. Oh man, we are ready to roll here. This match just moments away from getting underway here. The U.S. men's team also going to have let me see here. Folarin Balogun going to be out there for the U.S. team at field, not Lumen Field, just field. I love how they had to cover all that up. But we're ready to go. Kickoff going to be underway here just in a few more moments. Man, so here we go. In Seattle, Washington, the FIFA World Cup USA Belgium kickoff going to be underway here. I believe US is in white. I could be wrong, but I believe they're in white and Belgium is in black. So it looks like the US will be starting with the ball here on this one. And here we go. Oh, man. So the US going to start with that ball, working it back to their own side, sending it on up and into the offensive end. That far side of the pitch going to be battled with a lot, and I mean a lot of sun at the start of this one here. As that ball comes loose to the near side and working it around. I actually am incorrect. Belgium's in white. So Belgium started with the kick. The U.S. going to be, it's actually navy, not black. So Belgium on an inbound here. And here we go. Within our first minute, waiting on Belgium to launch this one back into play. No early corner. And there's a shot, and trying to head it in, not gonna go. Team USA trying to clear it out. Belgium shot, nice, kick away. This one on goal, nice, saved by the goalkeeper. Absolutely robbing the Belgian team of a goal. Here we freaking go, boys. Here we go. Man, an absolute beauty here. Absolute beautiful save there for the goalkeeper. Let me see here. Can I get like a top to bottom depth chart? Let's see here. Let me see. So ready to roll here. Waiting on something with the officials here. Okay. So here we go. Waiting on a kick here. A lot of pushing and shoving before the kick. It's going to be a corner here for Belgium. And here we go. Let's go USA, boys. Belgium on the corner. The game's first corner. Going to send it and deflect it towards the goalkeeper. Easy save. Let's frickin' go. Okay. Let me see here. Let's take a look. So out to the far side, moving it on up. Yo, what's good, MSU? How you doing, bro? How you doing? By the way, I see, I know you're a big college guy. We will be doing a little bit more college prep this year. I just got logos for all college basketball teams, or at least the 350 Division I, all Division I college, essentially. Football and basketball. I'm working on graphics for those. So it's going to be like 2,200 graphics by the time it's all said and done. crazy, but I am going to go through it and do it so that I have it already. But USA working with it back out of their own end. I believe the goalkeeper is Matt Freese today. I could be wrong, but I think it's either Freese or Chris Brady. I don't think it's number 1. So out to the far side, Belgium going to get it back and trying to move it on up if they can. Passing along the far side of the pitch, trying to find a way to get into that offensive end. A big stretch pass they do. To the far side, ball is loose, battled for, taken back by Team USA, kicking it off the Belgian player, and goes out of bounds. USA on the inbound here. Okay. Grab me a Coke Zero. The best soda. Yo, what's good, Alex? How you doing, bro? How you doing? So the inbound kick here for Team USA. Going to try and move it around towards the near side. Trying to get it up there and get the game's first goal. And out to the far side. Ball comes loose. Tied up here near side. USA back on it again. Into the offensive end. Trying to deflect a pass in. Goes right to the Belgian goalkeeper for an easy stoppage there. And going to move it on out the other way. So Belgium on the ball out to the far side. Trying to pass it on back now. And we'll see here. Again, live from Seattle tonight. Belgium really just taking their time. New Fago Red Pop is the best pop. Nah, bro. Nah. Coke Zero. Go to the near side. Team USA into the offensive side of the pitch on the near side. Trying to work it around, and that ball goes out of bounds. Belgium ball. Oh, boy. By the power of Waffle House, I declare USA will win today's soccer game. By the power vested in Waffle House. Oh, my gosh. You guys see we got a couple new flags out here for today. Couple new flags over there to the other side of the Penguins gear. That's Belgium going to work that ball back to the goalkeeper. Man, 12 FIFA World Cup appearances. 8th knockout round here for the U.S. Again, their best finish was in 1930, where they lost in the semifinals to Argentina. Belgium, meanwhile, 15th World Cup appearance in their 9th knockout round as the goalkeeper for the U.S. right back on it again here. And that goalkeeper today is Matt Freese for the U.S. Again, Balogun is in for America today after President Trump decided that he was going to call up FIFA and say, hey, FIFA, you able to review this for us? Because that was a BS red card. And FIFA turned around and responded and let Balogun play. And Belgium threw a complete fit at that. Alongside with half the country, but that's just left to be said. Over to the far side, that ball goes out of bounds, and it should be U.S. ball. It is. Let's freaking go, boys. Let's freaking go. U.S. going to toss it in the far side. Go USA. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Out to the far side. Belgium on it again, passing it up. And a little bit of a collision there. Gonna get a little stoppage here. As the ball ended up under the tush of a guy. But Belgium back on it out the far side. Again, the U.S. defeated Bosnia in Herzegovina 2-0 in the round of 32. But with goals by Tillman and Balogun, of course. Belgium, on the other hand, defeating Senegal at a 3-2 in extra time in the round of 32. Goals by Lukaku and 2 by Tielemans. So here we go. The U.S. moving it up into the offensive half of the pitch and going to create some more room on their own end. Working it out now to the near side, trying to get it past in. A big collision on the near side of that midline. Going to be taken back by Belgium to the far side. Moving it past the circle. Alongside the side cuts out to the far side of the pitch. Trying to drive it into the box. He does. A chance. Near side pass. Not going to make it on the deflection. Ball goes loose to the near side. Outside the box. Near the sideline. And out of bounds by the U.S. Going to be an inbound here for Belgium. All right. So 7.5 minutes into this one here, Belgium gonna have an inbound. And they're just gonna toss it here to the near side, trying to create a little bit of space. The US gonna play press. Centering it up within the zone, back to the midline, and back into their own half of the pitch to the goalkeeper. Trying to just create a little bit of room here, reorganize themselves, and form a formidable offensive attack. So a big stretch pass from the goalkeeper here, trying to get a little bit of a goalkeeper assist along the sideline. Going to be maintained by Belgium. Ball comes loose. The U.S. sends it back. Taken back here now by Belgium out to the near side. I'm being that American who calls things different, like Sweet 16 instead of round of 16, or shootout instead of penalties. Honestly, I call it penalty kick shootout. Like, it's a penalty kick. I call it a penalty kick shootout. It's not like a standard NHL shootout where like you're moving in with the ball, but like, yeah, it's just mano a mano. As that ball launched up by the heads of players, Belgium back on it to the near side, sending it in front, and he scores! Belgium takes an early 1-0 lead within the opening 10 minutes. That's going to be by Demetelaere. The U.S. coach can't believe what he saw, trying to see if there is a foul or anything on that play, or an offside. We'll see if they end up taking it off. But it does not appear so. We'll see that goal again right over here to my left. Man, that was a beautiful play by Belgium. Be able to sneak it right between the old wickets of a couple players and then just get it wide out to a wide open area. The goalkeeper just not able to get there in time. Impossible for him to do so given the positioning on the near side. He had to take away the short side. And right through there, a beautiful pass that got deflected, headed up in the air, and just taken down by Belgium. Right to the near side, a pass through the old wicket, and an easy deflection in. The goalkeeper did his job. He had to protect the near side. It just was a beautiful pass. Absolutely beautiful pass there for Belgium to take the 1-0 lead. Take a look at the FIFA World Rankings here, by the way, for these two teams. So Belgium is the 8th ranked team globally. The U.S. ranked 16th, so it would be a pretty big upset for the U.S. to get the win. But it was Demetelaere on the goal for Belgium. Out to the far side, the U.S. going to need a little bit of a comeback juice now over to the near side as a player gets tackled, moving it in. Trying to get into the box around the near perimeter, trying to penetrate the zone, and a player stumbles over for the U.S., taken back by Belgium. Here comes their chance, getting to the midline. He gets taken out, and this could be a yellow card. This could be a yellow card. They're going to say a foul on the U.S. on that, which there were... maybe... Maybe that's I mean, on replay, that's not a card. At the very least, on replay, that is not a card. But that is maybe a foul. So they are going to bring the U.S. up on their second foul of the game. Belgium with none. The U.S. with no shots or any on goal. Belgium 6 shots, 3 of which on goal. As the U.S. going to move it to the far side, Belgium going to punch it back in. Right back to the U.S., the boys in navy blue. Stretch pass deflected by Belgium in their own half now. Working it around on the near side of the zone. Passing back to the goalkeeper and with a chance now inside the box. From the penalty kick dot, actually, over to the near side. Belgium going to move it up. The U.S., by the way, dominating time of possession. 48% to 39%. With the ball in contest 13% of the time thus far. As the U.S. gets it back offensive side of the pitch to the near side. Trying to move it on in. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Belgium ball. Watching the World Cup, I do have the same when watching Detroit City FC. Hey, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. So the Belgian coach is yelling about something here. And Belgium on the inbound to the near side of the U.S. stretching it back up and sending it right back to Belgium. As a player is down for the U.S. That's going to be Richards down for the U.S. after a bit of a collision, talking with the ref there. As the ball just got kicked right into his face by the Belgian player. So he's going to get up. He just needed a moment there. And Belgium going to pass it back into their own half, trying to find a way to move that ball to penetrate the zone. Working around, the U.S. being very aggressive, trying to get it back to the goalkeep. 2-on-none if the U.S. can get it, but the goalkeep sends it back out the other way. All the way up, Belgium in the offensive half of the pitch. Ball is contested, tied to the far side. It goes, maintained inbounds by Belgium nicely. Around the far side, Belgium with sole possession. Dominating this possession here, the U.S. a chance at trying to poke it away, maintained by Belgium. Outside of the box on the far side. Passing it back now over to the top of the zone and into the box they go. Belgium looking for that second goal. Pass going to be deflected by the U.S., but Belgium back on it again. Out to the far side and again outside of the box now to the far perimeter. Trying to move that ball in and it goes to the goalkeep. Easy save here for the U.S. goalkeep. Trying to pass it up quickly and aggressively here to allow the U.S. a chance at a quick goal, but not able to do so. The U.S. giving up that ball to Belgium with a bit of a drive now to the offensive half and into towards the box. At the far side, a deep shot. That one sailing way high. Oh, man. Oh, I didn't even pin that message in chat. I meant to pin the message. There we go. Oh, my gosh. Looking back at that Belgium goal, I mean, that was just a beautiful goal there. Wow. So the U.S. back on that ball. Back to the goalkeep. Alex, why are you rooting for Belgium? I thought you were saying, let's go USA. You can't play both sides, buddy. The U.S. on a stretch pass goes right to the Belgian goalkeep. Whew. Oh, man. It would be a tall task for the U.S. to beat Belgium, though. Over to the far side. Belgium on it again. Moving it up to check, or deflected by the U.S. Trying to maintain it in the offensive half of the pitch, but Belgium back on that ball. Working around towards the midfield circle. Towards the near side they go again. Moving that ball far side. Just trying to really take their time here. Belgium does not want to commit any stupid errors. Over to the near side. And now working around towards the near side here. Back into their own half of the pitch. Passing it up. Belgium. Oh. Give me. Oh my gosh. Belgium working back now to the near side. They have themselves in a really good spot. Belgium is just burning so much time right now. As that ball goes sailing out of bounds, U.S. on the inbound. Okay. So here. And over here. Oh, man. Over to the near side. The U.S. on that ball. Passing back to their own side and around to the far. Trying to stretch it on up. Man. We'll see here. The U.S. trying to find a way to move that ball. Trying to find that goal. Trying to find that goal back. But it's a long way away. The U.S. has just not been looking good at generating opportunities today. They've been maintaining the ball, but they have not been generating opportunities. Belgium's been taking the ball away, moving that ball freely. And a slow to get up player for Belgium there, grabbing at his right knee on the near side. So we got a stoppage here. Travis is third in the Eastern Conference behind Louisville City and Tampa Bay Rowdies. So definitely a good season for Le Rogue, but could be better. Well, hey, I mean, third ain't bad. Still be a medal. Oh, man. So the Belgian player getting some medical attention on the field. He will have to hop off, so Belgium going to have to use one of their 6 substitutions right now. Not quite the ideal. Oh, man. Yeah, he's getting a lot of help there, a lot of medical staff all over it. I'll take it over whatever the Tigers are doing. Oh my gosh. Take a look at the MLB standings. I haven't really taken a look at them in a few days. Pirates play tomorrow. They play tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're going to cover that entire series against the Braves. I don't know where the Riverhounds are. Maybe fourth. Let me see. Riverhounds. I mean, they are the defending champions, so we can't really be too upset. Riverhounds are sixth, behind Tampa, behind Charleston, Detroit, Louisville, and Indy. They are only 1 point behind Indy, though, and they have 2 points clear of Hartford and of Miami. 4 points above Rhode Island. So they are in a decent spot here. Meanwhile, the Riverhounds, let's see, they play Saturday and then Wednesday. They got Loudon and Sporting Jacks. We might do a Riverhounds game. I don't know. I mean, if there's enough demand, we might do a Riverhounds game or two. Actually, next Wednesday. Is that the All-Star game? No! And the Home Run Derby is Monday, right? Yeah! We could do a Riverhounds game next Wednesday because there's nothing else going on in the sports world that I can do. They play at 7:30 on the 15th. We might have to go live for that. As that ball going to be launched up into the air over to the near side, the U.S. going to send it back. A bit of a collision there. What's good, Ray Clark? Do you think this is the most important game in you? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. This would, if they can advance, this would be their at least third best, or tied for the second best finish in U.S. men's national team history. Sporting Jacks is complete. Oh my gosh. Well, it'll be a celebration party then. It won't just be a watch party, it'll be a celebration. U.S. men's team best finishes. Yeah, I mean, the U.S., they made the semifinals in 1930. They've made the round of 16 in 34. They made the round of 16 in 1994. They made the round of 16 as well in 2010 and 2014 and in 2022. Those were the times they lost. They made it to the quarterfinals in 2002. They are trying to make it here into the round of 8, or the quarterfinals, or the Elite 8, as some might call it, for the first time in over 20 years. So this is definitely the most important game in history up to this point, because we need to prove that U.S. soccer is back. The last time, we've only made it twice past the round of 16 as a U.S. player gets taken out. But yeah, we might have to go live for a Riverhounds game on Wednesday, because I believe we get them too on TV. Let's see here. Against Sporting Jacks. How to watch Riverhounds. Okay, KDKA or Sportsnet Pittsburgh. Okay, yeah. Just gotta play football. Nobody will beat us. Yes, sir. Wait a minute. I just realized. Why am I drinking these? After this, I gotta make a run upstairs real quick, because there's something else I gotta get better. Okay. So here we go. To the far side, the U.S. trying to look for the evener here. Trying to work it around the far perimeter. DCFC has got a road game against USL 1 side. Fort Wayne FC for the USL Cup game. Then on the 11th is our next actual USLC game. Yo, Fort Wayne has a... Since when does Fort Wayne have a soccer team? What? Fort Wayne didn't have one when I was out there, at least not that I was aware of. Huh. They did not advertise Fort Wayne FC out there that much. They are way too small. Yo, what's good, RFK? Yeah, bro, I did not know that Fort Wayne had a soccer team. Nobody talked about him in Fort Wayne. I went to school in Fort Wayne for 4 years, and nobody talked about him. Are they just that bad? I mean, wow. Where even is the stadium? Fort Wayne's the best soccer team in the USA. They're now in the top 50 in the world. Where even is that? Oh, that is so far west of the city. Oh my word. This place is so new, it's not even on Google. What? This is my world has just been enlightened. But they play about 20 minutes west of the city. Where I might want to advertise them because next year the USL is launching the USL Premier, which will challenge the MLS at the top tier level. Yeah, like, bro, I spent 4 years out in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Nobody talked about Fort Wayne FC. They were founded in 2019, and nobody talked about them. Nobody. Like, I had no clue that there was even a soccer team out in Fort Wayne. Like, oh my gosh. At least USL 1, USL Championship, and USL Premier. Yeah, like nobody talked about him. And that stadium is so new. Where did they play before? Where did Fort Wayne FC play before Ruoff Stadium? They played on the campus of the University of St. Francis. They played at a high school field and at a University of St. Francis field. I might have gone to a match. I very well might have gone to a match depending on the prices. What are ticket prices? I'm just curious. Let's see here. Really? It's 50. Hold on. It is $22 to get a singular seat at Ruoff Stadium. I mean, when I could go to a Fort Wayne Comets game and sit ringside for $35, that's a little bit much. At least for my thoughts. Yo, let's go, Lennon. Let's go, Belgium. I don't think that I'm going to be supporting Belgium tonight, but to each their own. Who's playing? Because remember, Fort Wayne is hosting Detroit City next. Well, this is just on their website. This is just general ticket pricing. It is like literally just in Fort Wayne. They don't do pricing. They do weird. Everything is just blocked pricing. So like sections are Like, this section is this much. This section is this much. So, yeah, I mean, standing room only is $15. So, yeah, I mean, it's, oh my word. If I want to get anywhere down low, like near the pitch, it's like $50. It is like 50 to 60 bucks to get down there. What were Fort Wayne FC ticket prices when they played at University of St. Francis? My local high school baseball team has lawn seats for $10, so that's crazy for a USL 1 team having for $22. I mean, I'm sure it is. Okay, so it was like $15 for general admission when they were at University of St. Francis. So I might have gone to one game. I gotta ask, was Balogun a red card? Well, Balogun is playing. I saw the video. I don't know. Let me take another look here. Let me take another look at the video here real quick. Let me just take another look here. I mean, that was incidental freaking contact. Maybe a yellow, but that was incidental contact. I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me to say what's a red card, but on my general look of not knowing as much, that does not look like what would be a red. So I don't typically, but looking at the way that play happened, let me see here. Let me watch it again. Yeah, I mean, Balogun was running his route. Balogun was running to the ball, and the defender came up behind him. That's what happened here. But the U.S. has a shot here at a free kick. So let's see here. Free kick here for the U.S. This one shot, and he's goal! The U.S. ties it up here at the 31-minute mark against Belgium. The U.S. has life here in Seattle. I just don't get how that would be a red card by the rules, because it's like, okay, let me just run into someone else's back, get hurt, and all of a sudden they get a red card. Like, huh? Because Balogun was run into on the back end. I mean, watching that contact again, Balogun makes a play for the ball, and the other guy ran in at his back shoulder. Like, yeah, there could have been an injury, but maybe the outstretched leg a little bit, but like, I don't know if that would be a red. I mean, it was, I don't know about that. I just, there's nothing that can be said that convinced me that would be a red. Because he was run into, and he was taking another step before he realized that he was being run into, which led to the extra collision there. I mean, I just don't know that I could see anything there. He could, well, what happened? So I see what happened. I see what happened. Balogun didn't realize he was getting run into. So he's moving his leg And Belgium gets the goal back. Son of a gun. But yeah, so what happens? You have the two legs here. And Balogun is taking a step, not realizing that his leg is getting run into. And at that point, he's putting force. He realizes there's something stopping it. But by that point, he's already moving his leg too much, to the point where it couldn't really be stopped. So his leg inevitably was going to get swung out, because if you have a lot of force here and then all of a sudden I move, my arm's going to get swung forward. You know what I mean? So the physics on it just says that that was going to happen basing on the incidental contact that led to it. So yeah, there was a steppage on the ankle, but that was because his leg was swung out like a door, or like a, you know, a pressure being released. I mean, I don't know about a red, maybe a yellow because of that, but like, I don't know a red. Because his leg got swung out as soon as the pressure was released from the guy's foot. I mean, what else is he supposed to do? Just stand there and let the guy breeze by him for a wide open pass? Then okay, then we can't play defense in soccer. Just let them put the ball in the net 20 times a game. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I just can't believe that will be a red card. I just can't. And we'll see here. And we got a yellow coming out. Who's the yellow on? Is that... Oh, it's going to be on the US, isn't it? Oh my gosh. So the US is going to take a yellow. Played soccer for 18 years. There's no way that was red card. Like, I could see maybe a yellow because he was taking the step sideways in a bunch of intertangling legs. So, which is kind of dangerous. But, like, the alternative is saying, no, you can't play defense. He could have first swiped down the back of his leg and then the boot and then the ankle, and both red card. They're both red card in my opinion, if you were to follow the rules. I mean, because what happened was that he was kind of moving this way. They were moving this way. And there's a bunch of legs that are together. If Balogun just stands there, the guy runs away with the ball and he gets a wide open shot at the net. So Balogun had to keep doing that. Otherwise, you're talking a free open net because he can't play defense. So, I mean, I would say a yellow on that for sure. Just given that they were moving legs within intertangled legs, but like, I can't believe that would be a red card, personally. So, we'll see here. The U.S. gonna send it out the far side, trying to find that comeback goal again here, as they find themselves in a hole yet again. And over to the near side. Belgium moving it up. U.S. back on it again. As it goes out of bounds. U.S. gets the ball, which at least is good there. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't normally watch soccer, but like, that's... Oh, we were talking about the Balogun red card, and I just saw the goal go in. I didn't really pay attention to what actually happened to the goal. I'm being completely honest. Because we were talking about the Balogun red card. Well, I didn't fully see it. But the U.S., a player already dished out a yellow card against. And now the U.S. working with it on their own half of the pitch. And Belgium evening up the time of possession again. The U.S. not really looking as strong as they did in the opening. Like, obviously, he didn't do it on purpose and want to harm him or injure him. But because it's dangerous contact, it's red. I mean, at that point, both guys should have had a red card. If you're going to say dangerous contact, well, the other guy initiated the collision, which led to legs being intertangled. And Bosnia didn't get hit with a red card there. And in my thought process, if it's two reds on one collision on an incidental like that, keep the cards away. because it was an incidental contact initiated by one player where, yes, he came back on it, but both players were equally responsible for the red card. So, like, all that does is just hurt the U.S. in the next match because of an incidental contact. It hurts the winner. The winner now is going to be playing without a certain player on the next match because both players were equally half responsible for a card. You know? That's just my thought. Or if both players are equally responsible in a situation like that, dish them both yellows. That way, whoever is on there has to be careful in the next match lest they get a red. And because isn't it the yellow cards stay for like the next match as well? I don't know anything about soccer, so let's go. What's good, Funky Lou? How you doing, man? I hate the flopping. It's so annoying. Oh, Belgium here has a corner. They're going to send it around and deflect it to the goalkeeper. Nice, easy save. Okay. So yeah, I mean the yellow card would have gone away after the quarterfinals. So dishing both players a yellow forces Balogun to have to be careful in this match, lest he gets suspended by an indirect red. You know what I mean? That would be my take on it. If both players in a World Cup like that are equally responsible for the resulting of a red, give both players a yellow. Because it wasn't entirely Balogun's fault, but it also wasn't entirely the Bosnian player's fault. You know what I mean? They're screwing over the winner for the next game because of something that was equally responsible by both sides. But the yellows at least force the players out to be cautious, and they still have a chance to say, okay, I'm not going to get suspended. But we'll see. That ball out to the far side, moving it around. The U.S. trying to maintain it at the line. They do. Kicked out by Belgium. U.S. going to be a corner, or is it just going to be an inbound? Although if the Bosnian player initiated the contact, he didn't commit a foul, while Balogun did commit the foul. I mean, I do get it, but the reason that Balogun committed the foul was because of the initiated contact. Without the initiated contact, Balogun does nothing. He did nothing wrong if there was no contact. So both players were equally responsible for the red. You know? So that's where I would say double yellow, one on each, because the Bosnian player did initiate the contact, which led to the dangerous play, while the U.S. player did commit the dangerous play, but only because of the contact that was initiated on him. So that's just my thought. I mean, I don't make the rules. I don't watch soccer all that often. I'll watch it if it's on, I'll watch it, but I don't go out of my way to watch it. I mean, I'll watch, a baseball game for the Pirates. I'll watch, hockey. I'll watch, American football. But I'll watch soccer if it's on and there's not much else going on. I'll watch it. Yeah, I get it. It's just that's. And that's part of the reason why I think soccer or football isn't as big in the U.S. It's needlessly intricate and complex for the American mind. Americans are really good at what we do, but when all of our sports have fairly direct rules, yeah, you have your what's a catch, what's not a catch. You have your was it goalie interference, was it not? But generally, a lot of your major penalties and a lot of the blatant stuff that would be the equivalent of a red card is fairly straightforward in American sports. And we all know when the game ends because the clock stops. And it counts up. Those are three big things, I think, that help prevent soccer from being as big in the U.S. As Belgium misses the head wide of the net. What's the one thing you don't get about American football? I mean, but that's just my take as to why soccer is just not as big in the U.S. It's those three factors. Fouls are very intricate and complex. The clock keeps running, so nobody truly knows when the game's going to end. And the clock counts up, not down. So Americans have to do math. When we get good at something, we're good at it, but starting to do something and buck all the sports trends, that's a big ask for American fans. Oh, man. I'm curious what you don't get about football, what you don't understand. Let's see, the U.S. working around in their own offensive half of the pitch. Everything looks so confusing. So, to someone who doesn't get it, it definitely can be. It can be a sensory overload. You watch a broadcast, you see a down and distance marker, you see a blue line, a yellow line, you see all these guys on the field, and a lot of markings on the field. But essentially, I mean, the goal is to get the ball to or past the next yellow line within 4 plays. You know, there can be a little bit of confusion stuff, but once you understand it, the confusion generally goes away. It just takes a little bit to really understand and digest. Why is there only 2 minutes of play? So with that, that's the NFL's way of getting ad money. That's just the NFL being the NFL. But it's because the best time to put in the advertisements, right? American sports leagues do want money. They do want money, right? Let's see. Yeah, so they can do it in one. It's just you have 4 plays to advance the ball 10 yards. If you can do it in 4 plays or less, the drive keeps going. You maintain possession. If you can't, then the other team takes over. So it's 4 to give the play a chance, to give the team a chance. If you had to get 10 yards every single play, scores would be like 7-3. So yeah, I mean that's the thing. But with the play, the US likes to add in the advertisements in between possessions for football because you're all good, tromboner, you're all good, bro. But that's because in the US, when you're doing American football, there's a natural time it takes to bring your offense off the field, put your defense on the field, or vice versa. So that makes for a great time for the NFL to slot in a couple ads instead of sitting there watching nothing that's inconsequential to the game. That's the NFL just trying to make more money out of it because they can. Slapping in a few advertisements here and there during possession changes. Yeah, it can get overbearing, like when a team, kicks off, then immediately the team goes down and gets a touchdown. 2 plays later, bam, more advertisements, but that's generally why it's like that, because it's a natural break in the action. With the World Cup and with soccer in general, there's not really any breaks per se, except the hydration break. In the World Cup sense, which means that's when they put in the ads. But apart from that, there's not really a break in the action until halftime. So you can't really divert to advertisements. As much as FIFA would want to have more ads, they can't for that reason. Because otherwise, they'll go to an ad break, and all of a sudden, USA gets 2 goals, and they're up 3-2 coming out of the ad break when they went in down 2-1. So, but for football, it's because they can. They can get away with it because there's nothing consequential going on. So, when there's a hydration break, we're sometimes getting them. Yes. Not all the time, but sometimes during the hydration break, they switch over to advertisements. It's been about 50-50. And the U.S. wanting a foul, they're not going to get it. Belgium moves it up the other way. But yeah, I mean, sometimes during the hydration break, we get ads, so it's not been consistent, though. It hasn't been all the time. Sometimes they just stay right through it. So, And that might just be the U.S. networks. I don't know, because I haven't watched this internationally. But yeah. That's funny, we don't get any ads, we just see TV presenters. Ah, so it is the US networks that want the money. Which, fair enough. When you can ad, you do ad. In the US a lot of times. Which, it's not, you know, I mean, it's nice to do that, but also the commentators do talk a lot over the game as well. Just given that their job is to fill in the gaps, since you can see what's going on the TV. So, but yeah, in the U.S. it's been 50-50. Sometimes they stick with people and just talk about the game while showing the field, showing some of the players, and the commentators talk over that. But yeah, so that's kind of where they do it. It's because we are used to ads. If we had ads, people would go mental. That's also your difference. In the U.S., like, for instance, I was watching Bob's Burgers earlier tonight, right? And on the TV network I was watching it on, they will go and put 2 different ad breaks during a 30-minute time slot. You know, generally in the U.S. you get 2 ad breaks per 30 minutes, as the U.S. on a chance not able to punch it in, though. And with U.S. sports, like during the NHL, in hockey, they put in, I think it's like 3 ad breaks a period. 1 around the 13-minute mark, 1 around the 9-minute mark, and then 1 towards the last few minutes of the period. So, and of course the NFL does the NFL things. Baseball, in between every half inning, they go to commercial break. So it's more accustomed to American sports, just by nature of our sports. Like, during baseball, American leagues want to make money, and the easiest way to make money is sell advertisements. And people don't really, you know, some people want to see that, but also, like in baseball, there's a lot of time to talk in between pitches. In hockey, when a puck, you know, after an icing call, during a face-off break, you know, all that fun jazz. It's something that we're used to, because there's a lot of time to kind of talk about the game. In football, in between plays, you can break down previous plays, break down what's going on. So otherwise, the commentators would be repeating themselves again and again and again and again on the same exact points in the match. So instead of doing that, the league just says, hey, we can make some money by selling more advertisements in between every half inning, in between possession changes, in, you know, at different points in the period when the ice cream needs to come out to clean the ice to you know, get all the ice shavings off. So, when I watch Premier League, there's only like 10 minutes of ads, and that's halftime. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that soccer doesn't really have a good time. Like, in the U.S., oh, okay, not quite. Nice chance, nice opportunity there, but nice deflection by Belgium. Like, yeah, that's the thing, is that soccer, or internationally, football, only has a good time for ads at hydration breaks, if they have them, because different things don't have hydration breaks, from what I understand, and at the halftime. Because, quite frankly, if they would go to an ad right now, we'd miss this U.S. corner. You know? Which will be the last play of the half, I presume. Soccer has no hydration breaks, and we don't want to stop. Yeah. Like, I saw something about that. Like, it's new for the World Cup. And the goalkeeper gonna sit on that ball to take us to the half. For Belgium. With a score. Belgium 2. The USA 1. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that I saw something about that. I saw that people were outraged over the hydration breaks early in this World Cup. I can go either way. I mean, I think the hydration break allows for more well-prepared players down the stretch, which can lead to some great finishes. But I do get it. I do get the idea of we don't want the game stopped. Hydration breaks get booed, as no one likes them, and it's ridiculous. I mean, I can go either way. I haven't really watched much soccer until this World Cup, so, you know, I can go either way on that. Because as much as I've watched soccer, I've seen the hydration breaks. So, I can't really say either way on that. But yeah, I'll be right back. I need to grab a drink from upstairs because I just realized, why am I drinking Coke Zero when there's a more fitting drink for tonight? I'll be right back in 2 seconds. Don't go anywhere. My 4th of July drink. Red, white, and berry. Got a couple of these for tonight, for the second half. Personally, the hydration break thing really shouldn't be booed. But I can see it in outdoor stadiums, especially the other day in New York when there was stupid hot temperatures and humidity. It's not fair if a team has good break of momentum and then it stopped. I do kind of get that. Because it can be a momentum killer. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of times, I've seen maybe a couple times where it came at a bad time. But I think what you do in order to correct that, players should be used to that if they travel all over the world with their teams. Mayhaps, yeah. I mean, I guess if they want to have it because they want to have a little more ad space, potentially. Here's your solution. You have a window of, let's say, 12 minutes where that can happen, right? So yeah, or even put it 15 minutes, right? That hydration break can come anywhere from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. And it's up to the ref's discretion to determine, okay, where's the momentum at? Is the momentum relatively neutral? And only take that hydration break either at 30 minutes, when it would be mandated, or when that momentum is neutral. If they really want to have it. And they have a momentum tracker, they can use that momentum tracker. There can be a certain threshold where they will not call a hydration break if it's not within these thresholds of momentum. You know? That way, you're not killing a high momentum moment, but you're also, you know what I mean? Also, hydration break is not about hydration, it's about average time, or for the managers to get new tactics. That is true. Like I said, I mean, I could take it or leave it. It really seems like an attempt to turn soccer into a 4-quarter sport. Really? Just like almost every other sport. Which, I don't know, I mean, the two halves is just kind of... Also, you didn't see this, but USA got cursed. It's a real curse, by the way. Huh? Let's see here. Those players don't like it as well as increased injury. That I was not aware of. That I was unaware of. Oh. Wow, the US has 10 straight losses against European opponents. Wow. The last time they defeated a team from Europe was more than 5 years ago. Oh my gosh. Man, we'll see. Can the US finally break the curse? Oh boy. But yeah, we shall see here. I can close that. By the way, for all the channel regulars who are here, I have been working on some new graphics for college. I'm trying to have graphics for just about any college basketball or football game that I would ever be covering or tracking. Division 1 for both. So I have a total of like 366 logos. 366 teams. So many teams that I'm going to be making graphics for football, if they have football, and for basketball, if they have basketball. It's going to be like 2,200 graphics that I need to make. But I'm making it for you guys. Yeah, I did the math. And it's like 2,200 graphics. Because you figure, how many Division 1 football teams are there? In FBS, FBS is 138 teams. And because that makes the muscles get stiffened up and they don't get time to warm back up. Huh. I did not realize that. A Belgium shirt is beautiful. Oh, man. Let's see. The guy on TikTok has been cursing teams. This with this one song. You got Mexico, Portugal, Cabo Verde, USA against Turkey, Canada, and even Brazil. Oh my word! Maybe you're cursing the USA. That's not good. That is not good. Yeah, I have 138 times. Let's see. There's 4 graphics for home, 4 graphics for away, 1 for the team, and 1 for the base. So that's 138 times 10. And then Division 1 basketball has 361. We have 361 times home, away, base. And yeah, so times 4. 1444 plus 1380. That's actually more than I thought. It's about 2,800 graphics. I am making like 100 or 2,800 graphics. That way I'll have any graphics I need for any stream. So I already did NFL, NHL, MLB, NBA. I've done all 48 teams of the World Cup. That way if I do any other international events, think Olympic curling, think if I do any other forms of, like, you know, big things like that, big team things. Is the World Cup on the US on a free channel, or do you have to pay to watch it? I think it's on a paid channel. I don't know. Is Fox a paid channel? Yeah, so I think it's... Let's see. On the main Spots broadcast, Fox broadcast channel is usually free with a digital antenna. Dedicated cable networks like FS1 and FS2 require a paid television subscription. So, tonight, but I hope I wake up to a USA victory. Well, we'll see, Funky Lou. Let's go USA. And don't worry, we're drinking our red, white, and berry tonight. Amongst the kaleidoscope of stars and stripes. Welcome back, Alex. Yeah, so you need a subscription from a TV provider. So yeah. Of course, ours is kind of free. You just need TV licenses. Yeah, so with a paid cable subscription, you're good. But you need a cable subscription in order to watch it. So yeah, nothing's free except for death, and even that dying isn't free. It's $1 billion industry. Oh my gosh. Monster Energy? No, we're not drinking that. We're drinking the Smirnoff Ice, red, white, and blue. Or red, white, and berry, not blue. Citrus, blue, raspberry, and cherry. Yeah, I mean, in the US, everything is paid, but also, at the same time, we do generally pay lower taxes. So there is a little bit of give and take. There is a little bit. Like ours on BBC and ITV, like free to watch, but you need a TV license so you can watch them live. I get. Is a TV license kind of like a cable subscription where you pay for a set of channels on your TV? Is that what is a TV license here? Let's see. Oh, so it's government mandated tax on receiving broadcast signals. Okay. So yeah, so essentially it's okay. Like TV is to watch live TV, not just not have to pay for a subscription. Yeah, so that's kind of what it is. It looks like that's kind of where it is. It's a bit cheaper, more limited than a cable subscription, but it kind of serves a similar purpose. But you're paying the government. Okay. Yeah, and that's the same thing in the U.S. You don't need a cable subscription if you just watch Netflix. Like, if you subscribe to streaming and you only use streaming, you don't need cable. But if you want to watch live cable, then yeah, or if you want to watch, like, cable, like TV channels via cable. So it's kind of like a cable subscription, just for basic public channels that the government helps provide. That's kind of what it is. Because in the U.S., to get our live TV, we can watch, we can pay for, like, Peacock, ESPN Plus. Like, I have ESPN Plus and Peacock and Amazon Prime. So I can watch Thursday Night Football, Peacock's Sunday Night Football, and all hockey games in the NHL on ESPN Plus. So I don't need a TV subscription for those, except for regional blackouts, the live sports, which sometimes they do for the local team. Like in the NHL or other stuff, like they give the local network the base. Over here, like, I don't have a TV license. That's because we don't really watch live TV. Exactly. So, like, if I just had streaming platforms and I wasn't really watching live TV, I wouldn't have a cable subscription. Because I would be watching all my stuff via streaming. So so it's kind of like that. It's just more limited channels for, government provided channels. It's kind of what it's like. Cause like, we have a TV subscription for me and my family. But I also have Peacock, Prime Video, ESPN Plus, Flow Sports, or Flow Hockey, I should say. So I can kind of watch all the other stuff there that I want to watch that's on those platforms. While also, we have a TV subscription, which is different. Or watch live TV. You just say you download the app. You have a TV license even if you don't. Oh! Okay, so that's for now it's clicking in my head. So you need it in order to watch live. Okay. So, like, you couldn't use ESPN Plus to watch a hockey game live unless you had a TV license. Is that kind of what it is? Like, if you were to watch a hockey game on ESPN Plus but didn't have a TV license, that would be illegal? ESPN Plus is a paid subscription. Like $13 a month. Let me see here. Let me look at the poll here. 8 votes. Okay, but if you were to watch it free, okay, so it's like for free stuff like that. Okay. But now I think I get it. Okay. We're getting ready here for the second half. By the way, 62%ians out there are saying the U.S. will win. 12% say in PKs, 50% say in regulation. Meanwhile, the other 37%ians are taking Belgium in some fashion, either in regulation, like 25%ians, or in PKs, the other 12%. U.S. making a substitution here as well at half. Okay. Let me take a look over here real quick. So we're ready to roll here at the half, or out of the half here. U.S. going to get the ball. And now out to the far side. Belgium ends up taking it back into their own end. Back to the goalkeeper, and again, stretch pass to center. Goes loose to the near side, and Belgium ball as it goes out of bounds. Oh, you're incorrect? Okay, so you need a TV license to watch anything live. Okay. Okay, so okay. Yeah, that was kind of what I thought when I was reading that and what I saw online. You see what I put in the NBA channel Discord? I'll take a look here in a second. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. You can get a discounted license, TV license, if you're blind. Interesting choice. Oh my gosh. Oh man. We'll see here. Getting ready to roll here. I don't have a TV license, but nothing really happens. I figure it's their selective enforcement, just kind of like minor piracy in the U.S. People pirate things all the time. And not many people get hit with stuff for that, unless it's like a big thing. Like, unless it's like a big pirating operation. The U.S. 3 wins and 11 goals in the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which is both of those are team records. Because you'll be classed under the Disabled Act, so you're most likely be unemployed, so they need to make it cheaper. It's just interesting that blind people would choose to get the live TV instead of like radio. That's why it's confusing. I'm like, wait a minute. So blind people watching TV, but they essentially are just listening to the radio. Only the free channels care if you have a TV license because that's how they make their money. That's kind of what I expected, because that's kind of how the UK funds those channels, is via TV licenses. Oh man. The U.S. with the ball on the offensive half of the pitch, only using one substitution for each team thus far. Both teams remaining with 4 still at this point in the second half. Well, Netflix wouldn't really care because they make money from... Yeah, so Netflix makes money from the subscription. The free channels make money from the TV license. Now to the near side, the U.S. a chance shot, heading it around, not able to get it connected. Not able to connect on it. And Belgium takes. Back over to the near side, the U.S. on it again, trying to find somewhere they can move it. And passing out now to the far side. The U.S. trying to find a way back at this goal. Trying to even up this match again. Over to the near side, sending it up. And again, just trying to find a way in there. As they send that thing way sky high. Lay off the weed, USA. Oh, man. Let me go here. There we go. So the Belgian goalkeeper gonna send it out. A big, deep kick. A booming kick. Gonna be headed back up by the USA. And that should be a penalty. They're not going to get a foul on that, yet Belgium just shoved the U.S. player to the ground. That's legal now. You know, like how we cancel out TV contracts, we just said that we don't watch live TV and only pre-recorded TV shows. Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. If you're not watching it live, then, you know, why would you need to do that? Why would you pay that if you're not watching live? Oh, man, but to the near side, the U.S. sending it in. Aggressively being pressured on the near sideline. And it on down, sending it up near the... Still just cycling around the box. And tied up. A bunch of legs tied up. The government can tell when you watch live TV without a license. I figured they could because... Nothing against the UK, but like... They can track all of your social media stuff. The government knows just about every little detail about your life. Without even you having to tell them. And that goes in the US as well. I mean, after the Patriot Act, we'll send you letters to warn you, but nothing really happens. I presume if you get enough warnings, then yeah, they will pursue it, but... A big collision into the boards. Couple slow to get out players here. One for the US, one for Belgium. As the sun is starting to set here in Seattle. It'll be Belgium ball. Oh, man. Give me a Belgian corner, sorry. They're trying to scare you so you buy a TV license. I mean, I would imagine if you accrue, let's say, 10 letters. Then they would do something, right? Like, if you're that much of a repeat offender. Uh-oh, USA. Yeah, Joda, US is down by 1. Looking for the evener here. As we cross into the 52nd minute of this match. Over now to the far side. The U.S. going to be on it, trying to move it on up if they can. Into the offensive half of the pitch. Oh, man. I don't know how much of a voice I'm going to have tomorrow, and that's not a good thing, because tomorrow, let's just say there might be a live on location coming up. So, you know. And a bit of a collision there. A U.S. player shoved to the ground again, and he's hurt. And the ref either didn't see it or didn't care. Play continues on while the U.S. player is still lying on the ground. The U.S. effectively being temporarily red carded. Finally, the official comes in to stop play. At least Mexico lost, that is true. And Canada, too. So the U.S., technically, the U.S. is the best team in North America. Shouldn't that be a foul? Number 8 kicked in and blocked the kicking leg. Blocked the kicking lane for the U.S. player. Shouldn't that be a foul? Shouldn't that be a card? Of some kind? Lennon, help me out on this here. The U.S. player was trying to make a kick at the ball. The Belgian player planted his foot right in the kicking lane of the U.S. player, causing him to be hurt. Would that not be a card? Like, he planted his leg so that the U.S. player would kick into him. There was I don't believe there was a free kick, no. The U.S. had possession and then the U.S. just sent it back to themselves. I don't think it was a free kick. That was kind of ridiculous in my mind because the player literally blocked the kicking motion. It was on the outside of the box, yeah. It was outside of the box, but the U.S. player was trying to go in for the kick, and his kick got blocked. Not by a blocking of the ball, but by literally the plane of the kick. Let's say the kick goes through here. He put his foot here, so that the player would go right there. You see, and that's where some of the difference is. Like, U.S. sports, a foul is a foul is a foul, no matter where it occurs. The outcome will be different based on where it occurs. Like in the NFL, if you have pass interference in the end zone, the ball is placed at the 1 yard line. Otherwise, it's a spot foul in American football. But like, there's not like it's not a penalty here, but it's a penalty here. Or something like that. You know, goalie interference only occurs in the goalie crease, but like, again, that's on the goalie who's staying in the crease. The player's is a player, it's defending the ball. I guess. But it's just that is one of the reasons, I think, why soccer isn't picking up as much in the US. Because you have like, it would have been a foul if it was in the box. But because that occurred outside the box and had nothing to do with the goal keep, it's not a foul. You know, and it's those minor details that really affect, is it a card, is it a penalty? You know what I mean? So would it have been a penalty if it occurred in the box? Then Lennon? Oh, wouldn't be a foul in the box as well? Okay. It just seemed a bit weird. You can just kind of block your opponent's leg out, essentially. I don't know. But we'll see. The U.S. back on that ball again. Trying to get it back past center pitch in the circle. And back up to the near side. Let's say if Belgian players were to stand on his foot, then it's a foul. Okay, but like a player's kick coming this way and you putting your foot here, stopping the player from kicking and having them kick into you is not a foul at all. Okay. Okay, I mean, I would think, at least in my mind, if you're playing the ball, that's fine. But if you're playing the player in that case, but again, I don't make the rules. But we'll see. Yeah, he was trying to block him from kicking it, but I just would have, that was a bit confusing. As Belgium, a chance. Oh my gosh, that was a clown show. The goalkeeper, a full pass outside of the box, gets caught up with a Belgian player, and the ball goes sailing into the net. Oh my gosh. Total clown show. You know what Hank Hill says about soccer? Soccer was invented by the European ladies to keep them busy while their husbands did the cooking. Oh my gosh. Let's see if you kick the Belgian player, then kick, then it's foul. Okay. But that was just a freaking disaster. Total freaking disaster. Why is the goalkeeper a full two mowing lines outside of the box when you have other players right around you? What was Freese doing? Let's say if he had kicked the ball first, then the Belgian player that kicked him, that's foul. Okay, yeah, I mean that would be a foul because he kicks the player. But man, that was a freaking clown show. The Pulisic coming off on a substitution here. And going to put on, can't quite catch his name, but wow. So the U.S. going to have their work cut out for him. So the keeper was out there. He was trying to make the play to clear that ball out. But as soon as he got tripped up, he should have ran back to his net. As soon as he saw the players were coming in at him, he should have ran right back to his net. And he didn't. He kept playing the ball. Oh my gosh. That was a national embarrassment. That was a bigger national embarrassment than brooding around a guy who was a literal puppet for the last 4 years. He did the correct decision coming out, but then he never came back. He overextended to say that he was going to keep playing the ball and not running back when he saw that he had his support. And when he got tripped up. Oh my gosh. It just seemed like he stayed too long out of the box. Like he came out of the box and then ran back in. Yeah, that goal was a bigger national embarrassment than brooding a guy around who was a literal puppet for 4 years. Which, by the way, I found part of one of my Halloween. It's because he still had the ball at his feet. I guess. But I did find a part of my Halloween costume from a couple years ago. Well, we'll crack that out here a little bit later. Oh, man. That ball cleared all the way out. The U.S. gonna chase it down. Oh, boy. Yeah, I found part of my Halloween costume. Just got the pass. Yeah, and that was an embarrassment whenever that led to that goal. Well, fine. You know what? It's coming out now. Come on, man. Back in the, oh, you know, the thing, man. No joke. At least there won't be no extra time. I don't know. The extra time, man. All we need. All we need, man. No joke. It's no joke. Trust me when I tell you. Dad, is that you? Oh my gosh. No, that's not Epstein. That's a Sleepy Joe mask. I gotta go back and watch that again. I gotta go back and watch that real quick. Oh my gosh. So Belgium working it up. And trips up the U.S. player, sending it in now into the box. Shot denied by the U.S. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. I had to. I saw my opportunity and I had to. So Belgium with a corner here. And that's going to be Belgium's 5th corner of the night. We need to clip that for the Discord. Yes. Yes. Bro, that Joe Biden clip was like a minute-long clip. It's perfect. It was absolutely perfect. Oh my gosh. So out to the far side, the ball goes out. And a player down for Belgium as the U.S. sends it up. And the ball goes out the back. Oh my gosh. And I had the proper hat to go along with that. From the Joe Biden on September 11th. When he got duped into putting on the Trump hat. I had all the components. I had the aviators too. I bought a pair of aviators. Really good aviators, by the way. Trust me, I know good aviators. And they were really good. And really cheap as well. So I had the aviators, I had the hat. I even got an American flag pin to put on like the suit jacket. I put the suit jacket on, a blue tie for him. I mean, I went all out that year. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I went all out on that. But the U.S. trying to keep it in around the near side. Trying to move it back, and now back again. Out past center pitch to the far side, still on the offensive side of the pitch. The U.S. trying to find 2 goals now. Hide your kids, hide your chocolate chip ice cream. Yes. Yes. But now to the near side. Back up to the top. Again, still outside the box. The U.S. not looking good tonight. They have not been looking good tonight. The world just messes up my schedule. Oh, man. You know, the World Cup, I would say that I feel kind of bad. But, like, the Olympics in Milano Cortina, I couldn't stream most of it because I was working. I was able to do curling on the weekends, but I had to do like an 8 a.m. stream, a 10 a.m. stream. Yeah, U.S. is out with a loss. We're in the knockouts, so elimination games. But yeah, like the Milano Cortina Olympics, like I was up at like 8 a.m., 10 a.m. streaming curling. So it's nice to actually have worldwide events taking place at a reasonable hour for me. So it's not like I'm stuck super early or super late. I mean, it's 2:30. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different. Because I'm so used to having to get up super early for international events. You know? Like, with bobsled starting at like 7 in the morning, cross-country skiing at like 6 in the morning, and that's Eastern. If I was out in California, forget about it. Cross-country skiing starting at like 3 a.m. Like, oh, well, let them have soccer. They got baseball, football, hockey, and basketball. Basketball being the least of those. I mean, it's definitely different. Like, I'm not used to having international events take place at reasonable hours. But I do think the U.S. has really shocked a lot of the world with this World Cup. It's stay up till 4 a.m. for some games. That do be true. That do be true. And it does mess with the schedule. That was how it was even on the Olympics. Like, I was debating getting up at 5 a.m. to stream coverage of a game before church. So, running on a little sleep, I get it. I absolutely get it. Where are they playing right now? They are in Seattle. They are playing in field in Seattle. Sorry, we got rid of the lumens. Because FIFA said, no, you're not allowed to use the stadium branding. So they're just playing at field in Seattle. So, where the sun's still kind of setting here. Personally, I don't think a lot of people would want the World Cup to be in America again. Really, like, from what I've seen on the sentiment online of people who have been to the matches, have been very surprised in a good way. Not to mention the U.S. basically didn't have to pay much of anything to host. I mean, the U.S. already had the stadiums in place. All they had to do essentially was put out a new FIFA compliant field as the U.S. takes a yellow card. Son of a gun. Tillman on a yellow. But yeah, like the U.S. already had everything set up. All they had to do was just put in a new grass in the stadiums that they needed to do it. Take out or hide the stadium branding. And make it FIFA compliant. Which was very minimal to take an NFL stadium and make it FIFA compliant. And the NFL has 30 NFL, or the U.S. has 30 NFL stadiums. plus some college stadiums that are really big. Think Buckeye Stadium, or the Ohio State Buckeyes football stadium. Think Michigan Wolverines Stadium, Penn State's Beaver Stadium. They could all host World Cup. There's just too much controversy of players not being allowed in referees, or players being allowed in referees' prices of tickets, the hydration breaks, and also the time. The time is fair. The players being allowed in, a lot of that came from countries where the U.S. has difficult geopolitical relationships with. And some of that comes with the current administration. Some of that comes from the sense of national security. Like, there's a lot of countries out there that want to see America die. Some of them reigning from the Middle East. So there were genuine national security concerns, but I do get that. The hydration breaks, that was FIFA, I thought. I thought that was FIFA that implemented them. And the prices can be a fair point, but from everything I've seen, from the people who have traveled and have gone, like, I've seen a lot of good, a lot of like pleasantly surprised people. You know, I'm not saying the US is gonna get it every time we turn around, but I think 2038, if the US puts in a bid, they have a good case. I mean, let me just see here, because I saw this graphic earlier. Costs to host World Cup each year. It was FIFA, but it was so they could do adverts, but blame it on the weather. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is that if it was FIFA, those hydration breaks would have been in other places as well. But this World Cup was the cheapest essentially since South Africa in 2010. This was half the price of Rio or Brazil. This was a little over half the price of Russia. A drop in the bucket compared to Qatar. Like, the US can do it cheap. There's been a lot of praise to the atmospheres of stadiums. And while the time is something you can do nothing about, the players not being let in, most countries didn't have issues with that. A lot of that came from the Iranian national team was the big one, because Iran is one of those countries that wants to see the US die. Iran's one of those countries that wants to see American civilization and American culture go the way of the dodo. And given what went down, you know. Oh, Qatar has it again? Really? Hopefully they kept the stadiums. 2034 is Saudi Arabia, not Qatar. Yeah, 2030 is Morocco, Portugal, and Spain with opening celebration match, or opening centenary celebration matches in Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay. Qatar does have the stadiums, yes, but it's Saudi Arabia in 2034. From what I see. But yeah, I mean, like, I do get that, but I mean, I think the players being allowed in, that's an issue that's going to pass, ultimately. But the U.S. can do it cheap, they can do it effectively, and they have a proven track record with this World Cup. I've seen a lot of good reactions. Now, there was obviously, oh, what about the Iranian national team? That was a matter of national security, of a team that has a tight grip from the supreme leader of Iran, and a person who wants to see the U.S. die. There are genuine concerns with that. So, I do get that. In some of those Middle Eastern countries that want to see America dead, there's not as much of them now, but there's definitely a big one. You know? So, there's definitely that aspect, but the majority of teams would not have that issue. You know, it's just geopolitics, and the current administration, while they are trying to be America first, there are definitely some more brash actions being taken Some of which being necessary, some of which not. But that was what was leading to a lot of that. Guitar final in 22, I woke up at 2 a.m., got 2 hours of sleep and trauma. Oh my gosh, Petsko. But yeah, so that's kind of where a lot of that falls into play. But I think generally speaking, there have been minimal complaints on the US's job in hosting. Same with Canada and Mexico, but specifically the US. To the point that I think that the US has definitely made a strong case for hosting 2038 when they expand to 68 teams, if FIFA actually goes through with that for the first round, and for future years after that. You know? With there not being a lot of costs associated, the US can do it. And it's a big economic boom as Belgium driving the net far side and it goes out of bounds. It's going to be US ball. Yeah, I think the US has done a good job. Man. I think FIFA has done a bad job. Yeah, FIFA has not been the best. FIFA has, you know, there have definitely been some things with FIFA on their end. I think the hydration breaks, that's a big one that everybody wants to complain about. And that was them. Granted, it just so happens to be that the American networks can make more ad money. But FIFA was the one that had the power to say, no, we're not going to have hydration breaks. Sell more ads on the screen if you so choose, as long as it's not overbearing, you know. But we're not having hydration breaks, you know. But they chose not to. So I do think the U.S. has a very good chance at 2038. And who knows, by that point, if I have the money, I'd love to attend one of those matches. Just to get the experience of being in a World Cup match. You know, like, that would be freaking cool. And the ball ends up going out, or we have another stoppage here, another foul on the U.S. The U.S. is playing soccer less disciplined than a 2-year-old. Great job, America. Really making us proud there. Oh my gosh. It looks like the Stars and Stripes. I don't want to call Dead Horse dead or alive, but I got that flipped. I don't want to call an alive horse dead. But yeah. Probably gonna go to the Euros as that's being hosted in the UK. That'll be cool. That would be freaking cool, man. But yeah, like I really am looking forward to seeing what the US has in store for these next few years. And now that I'm going to have a lot more of a stable situation financially, I can make some of those things happen. Like, I might be able to go to an Olympic event in 2028. Don't know if I will or not because it's LA, and as much as I love the skylines and the cities of LA, I don't love the city of LA. If you know what I mean. The city of LA, the skyline, the look of LA is just incredible. But I don't like the city of LA. California in general can just... I wouldn't mind if if that fault line just, you know, cuts off California and sails it off into the Pacific. Can't believe the U.S. choking so hard. I don't even know if this is a choke job. I don't even know if this is a choke job because the U.S. is 16th ranked in the world entering tonight. Belgium is 8th. So I don't really think it was that choke job per se. You know? I don't really think it was. It's just the U.S. kind of got outclassed. Instead of going to Vegas for 2 days, then traveling to L.A. for 1 week. Don't get me wrong, the look of LA and the nice side of LA is nice. I just don't like the policies enacted in California as a whole. From the super high taxes to a lot of the other policies that they have invoked, especially in the last few years. Ooh, that shot gonna go wide of the net for the US. Oh my gosh. Need more discipline at a daycare. Oh my gosh. That is true. The US is kind of screwing themselves in the foot that way. But yeah, like, to visit LA, I would love to visit LA. But to be out for an extended period of time, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it because of all the policy, you know? Like, if I was out for a job for, let's say, $1 million, you know, $300,000 a year, but it's out in California, I would not take it. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't even do it for $500,000. I could not see myself doing it, you know? So, I mean, as a visit, absolutely. As a trip, yeah. I'd love to be able to take a trip out there. But, you know, so I might make a trip for the 2028 Olympics for, like, an event or two. I don't know. But we'll see. As Belgium really just kind of bleeding out this time here. You're in New York on holiday for 5 days. Nice. New York is a nice city. Again, the policies in a lot of America's biggest cities, I just can't really see myself wanting to stay there for super long. But as a trip, New York, LA, you know, those two cities, I'd love to visit. Couldn't see myself living there, but I'd love to visit. Chicago, maybe not, because Chicago has a lot more of a violence problem than a lot of the other cities, and it's very public. They can't even hide that it exists because it's all over the place. But, you know, LA and New York, I would see myself visiting there, but just not long term. So, I mean, New York is a really nice city. It's a really beautiful city. When you were in New York, did you go up to the observatory in One World Trade Center? I did that when I went there before. Oh, I like city life too. Don't get me wrong, I like city life. It's just some of the policies that have stemmed from the big cities are just ones that I can't jive with. Like, I love the everything's close by, you know, all that fun jazz. But some of the policies that come with it, and I do like having a bit of space. You know, that's why I like myself being more of a suburban guy. Not full country, not full city. Went to the Vanderbilt Tower. I'm actually not familiar with the Vanderbilt Tower. Vanderbilt Tower. Okay. You do the 9/11 memorial. They did an incredible job with that memorial. But last time when I went to New York City, this was about 2017, give or take. Summer of 2017. We went to New York and then Ocean City, New Jersey. We were in New York for like 2 days or 3 days or something like that. It was really beautiful to go up on One World Trade Center and into the One World Observatory. Like, it was cool. One of the things they do in that elevator, as you're going up the floors, they show you a timeline of Manhattan from back in initial settling when it was New Amsterdam all the way to the modern day, and it's really cool. I remember that elevator. Yeah, well, Alex, be able to kind of chill on the spam a little bit, please, on that? Thank you, man. But yeah, but the museum was really good as well. We did the museum as well. We did 9/11 museum, the memorial. We did a bus tour. Yo, Alex, you able to kind of cool it on the spam, please? Alex, you keep spamming, I will have to mute. I don't want to do that, but I will have to. Oh, man. So, yeah. We'll see here. Over to the near side. Belgium. Trying to get that ball. U.S. back on it again. Double Tower has some cool artwork and that kind of stuff there. Nice. Nice. I don't think we did that. We did not do the Vanderbilt Tower. Oh, yeah, Alex. I mean, I like to try to be fair. You know, I'm not going to mute you for quick, immediate spam. But I will call it out, and if it doesn't stop, I do mute. I have done it before. And I will do it again. I am not afraid to do it. But yeah, I mean, New York it's a nice city to visit, for sure. Statue of Liberty is pretty cool. You know. But I'm actually going to be going down to the city of Pittsburgh here in a couple days, or within the next few days. Going to be going down to the city for one of these games coming up here for the Pirates. JasonsRealm live on location is going to be coming back here at one of these couple days here coming up, doing some baseball from inside the stadium. Went to London, that kind of like New York? Huh, nice. I'm actually hoping to go to Toronto in the spring. Just not as busy. Yeah, I'm looking at getting my passport and hoping to go to Toronto in the spring. London would be a nice city to visit at one point as well, just to be able to see all the history there. Oh my gosh, London is freaking massive. I just pulled it up on Google Earth. And like, if I go, like even just looking at it, where I can see the whole of Great Britain, I can point out London just looking at it. London's awesome, or Toronto's awesome. I'm hoping to go. Not for a big extended thing. I'm hoping to do a little trip in the spring where I go to like Niagara Falls, Canada, stay in Hamilton, go to Toronto, do the Hockey Hall of Fame, catch a Leafs game if they're playing, you know, because when in Rome. So I've been wanting to do the Hockey Hall of Fame for a while now. Like really a while. So it'll be freaking cool to be able to do the Hall of Fame there. So I'm hoping to get my passport and get that process going. And it's not a bad drive. Like if I look at directions to Toronto from my house, from my location, it's not even like 5 hours. Or it's like, yeah, 4 hours, 43 minutes. So like almost 5 hours. Maybe 5.5 with a rest stop or two. Maybe 6 because of border crossings. I'm not going to pay $600 for a flight to Toronto. I'll just drive it. You know? So the hope is that I can make that little trip happen, swing up through Buffalo. Which Buffalo is, speaking of cities, Buffalo is a weird city. Buffalo is a freaking weird city, man. Like, you have a small, like a very small downtown. You move 2 inches out of that downtown, it looks like suburbia. It is so weird in that regard. And learn some of the buildings still have holes in the buildings for when bombs were dropped there during World War II. That is crazy. That is freaking crazy. That would be cool to be able to just see that history, man. Like at one point, I would love to be able to do that for, you know, do like a whole trip, you know, whether it be, you know, Warsaw, you know, go to some of the areas like Warsaw, do a visit to Auschwitz, go to, you know, go to London. I don't know about Paris. Paris is like kind of take it or leave it. But like just like a Europe trip like that, a couple days out in Poland, a couple days in Germany, a couple days in London. Check out Natural History Museum in London. Look at the dinosaur. I'll have to keep that in mind. For sure. Eventually, I'd love to make a trip to Israel, just because that'll be a very spiritual trip for me. Being able to go to like Jerusalem, the path that Jesus walked, all that fun jazz. Auschwitz for one reason. I would love to be able to just see and go through the memorial stuff there. Like, I would want to see the memorial stuff there. You know? It'll be a very big learning trip. And it'll be cool to see. I'm missing NHL game. I love how your score shows NHL games for September. It does that. It pulls for some of the newest games it has on ESPN. It's an automated ticker, so it does that. The other place that'll be a really cool place to take a look at in terms of a visit would be Chernobyl. But you can't get there. But like a visit to the Chernobyl power plant, my parents went, oh. Just to visit, right, Lennon? Oh my gosh. I wasn't putting it down. I really do like that. Yeah, I mean, it's automated. So it's like, it pulls the newest games that it can find for any sport. So, let's see. Chernobyl. Reactor 4. like, it would be cool just to kind of see, you know? Oh my gosh, Joda. But Chernobyl is like an impossible visit now because it's in the middle of a war zone. Well, like, there's a lot of cool places I would love to be able to visit. But I am looking forward to trying to get to Toronto, though. I'd love to go to the favelas. Let me see here. Okay. See, Alex. I wouldn't want to visit Chernobyl. Why? Because you get cancer? I mean, like, I've been intrigued with, like, nuclear stuff. Partially because that's kind of what my job's going to be. But, like, I've been intrigued with that kind of stuff for a while. So, like, you know, it would be really cool just to kind of see in some of the safer areas. You know, or if not that, Fukushima. You know? Let's see, we are at a +4 in terms of extra time here. U.S. basically on the ropes of elimination. Oh, man. But yeah, like, it would just be cool just to see that kind of stuff, you know? It has been a fast game. And that's all thanks to you guys. You guys being in the chat, participating, you know, talking sports, talking travel, talking anything that we've been talking about, man. These are the kind of streams that I love. I love being able to have the sports be the backdrop for just conversation and chatting and having a good time, you know? So I mean, truly, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for tonight. You know, I know Lennon, Joda, you've both been in here a while. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking on the Detroit sports fan? MSU Detroit sports fan, he was in for a while. Alex popping in and out. Petsco. I mean, much love to all Ians, man. Amazing where if I were to travel the world, would not just, and Ray Clark as well. I might travel the world, not just visit, but travel. I would love to go to India. It would be cool. India would be a nice place just to kind of visit and just see. Not stay too long because it's overcrowded and all that fun jazz. But it would be cool just to kind of see. But yeah. But it's you guys who have really made this stream today. Honestly. Like, much love to all Ians. I just like to see the cultural difference. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely big cultural differences there. Man. But I am hoping to get to DC at some point in the next couple of years. Hopefully before the next, hopefully during this administration, just because I feel like DC is as safe as it's gonna be. Remember, Chase, I was saying 7 run 9th, 12-11? That is true. They did win 12-11. Oh my gosh, Belgium with an extra goal. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my gosh, they did win 12-11. But they didn't rally in the 9th, so you're not right on that regard. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to get to DC within the next couple of years. Because, you know, it would just be freaking cool. And I think during this administration, DC is as safe as it's going to be. It might get better with time, but it also could get a lot worse. So, you know, I do have my reservations, so I'd rather just do it while I can, while I know I can. Almost blew 12-7. Well, that would have been poetic, wouldn't it? Or was Lukaku? Yeah. That was. Oh, my word. Man, almost 1 year being subbed. Dang, Petsco. man. Oh, we'll see here. The U.S. just trying to end it here, just trying to get out of this one. As it is basically over at this point. The U.S. is not going to get 3 goals in about a minute. So waiting, just waiting on now to go final. Belgium holding on to this ball, just delaying, just holding on to just end it here. We're past the +4 mark. And with that, this one is over. The United States falling to Belgium. 4-1 is your final score. That was a downright pitiful game. I'm not proud to be an American, but like after that, it's tough. But man, Spain versus Belgium going to be in the quarterfinal on Friday in Los Angeles. I mean, but that was just downright bad. That was downright bad. And the U.S. taking the sting of defeat. Who's your first up? Bro, I started this channel a long time ago. I don't know who my first subscriber was offhand. I know John's been a while here. I'm probably wishing he stuck with the red card. Why? So you can say, oh, it was because of the red card. It was because we didn't have Balogun. The game of excuses at that point. Man. I mean, I gotta say, much love to Ians. We picked up another 2 subscribers tonight, man. Much love to all Ians popping in here. I appreciate every single one, Ians, honestly. It's you guys who made this stream tonight. You guys were the ones who made this stream really what it was, making it really feel like a really fun stream. Like, this was one of the most fun streams that I've had in a hot minute. Not that I don't enjoy streaming to no one, but like, having all this interaction is just really what makes this, you know? It's really what makes the fun. And having the, you know, people from across the world. We've had people in here, you know, in the channel's history from all around the world. And tonight, Lennon, thank you. Thank you for spending all your time. I mean, I know it's late for you. So thank you for sticking with us for this through this match, man. Much appreciated, bro. Much appreciated. But with that being said, though, I do think I am going to wrap it up here because I do have to take a leak and I got to go. So next stream, we will be live tomorrow at noon Eastern time for more World Cup coverage. Let me go ahead and pull up the channel real quick so I can pull up the streaming schedule so I can verify what match we've got on deck for tomorrow. Let me go over to posts and bada bing, bada boom. Looking at the streaming schedule tomorrow. We have Argentina against Egypt at 12 p.m. Eastern. We'll be live for that one. Then we'll be live again later in the evening for some of Pirates Braves. Keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for that. But with that, I got to run and use the bathroom, so I'm going to wrap it up here. Much love to all hands. Thank you, Ray Clark. Much appreciated. And I will catch you guys tomorrow, hopefully at noon Eastern. If not, then tomorrow. And that's a game that... Oh, what was that? Was that Lennon? We'll be live for that one. It should be a good one. Egypt and Argentina should be really good. Lionel Messi. Oh, oh boy. That should be a fun one, I would think. Oh, man. What was that, Lennon? Oh, is it Egypt and Argentina? That'll be a good game. I'm expecting it to be a good one. It should be fun. It shouldn't be a 4-1. So, who knows? Maybe we'll see you tomorrow, Lennon. But with that being said, I really do got to run and use the bathroom. Otherwise, I'm going to have some wet pants going upstairs. So, I got to wrap this up pretty quick. But, yeah, guys, drop a like, drop a sub. Much appreciated. Tomorrow, 12 p.m., Argentina, Egypt. We'll be live. Be there or be square. Or show up later on for some Pirates Braves coverage. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out and have a good one. Good night, Lennon. Good night, Ray. Good night, Alex. Good night, everybody. Good night.